Jim MacLaren was once a Yale football star and an aspiring actor. But in 1985, suddenly, disaster. He was initially pronounced dead after being hit by a bus. Jim lost his leg, but not his will. He put his life back together, using triathlons as a means to survive and triumph. 8 years later, the unthinkable, a second accident. But for Jim, merely another test.
I mean, I think people could look at me before and say, well, he's just missing a leg, he's young, of course he can overcome this. But now it's, you know, in many ways I had nothing 4 months ago and still was able to salvage my philosophy and know that it works, that behind every tragedy there's an opportunity for a gift or for something to learn.
MacLaren has learned that the pain and darkness he once confronted along the course are not so far removed from the challenges he must now face in his rehabilitation.
Sometimes my physical therapist will say to me, come on, think of those marathons. And it finally dawned on me, it's right, it parallels. It's a new pain, but it's something to push through, you know? And for months in therapy, I really wasn't able. It's interesting when you can't physically go out and just kill the world. You have to just accept that it hurts, I'm crying, but I can do a little bit. And it's like you learn to deal with those fears inside yourself, and it doesn't matter whether it's being paralyzed or running 26 more miles. I think it's the same, it comes from the same spot inside us. This is why triathletes, this is why it's such a family atmosphere here. It's why people appreciate each other so much, because everyone knows that they're going out there and dealing on some of the darkest levels with themselves.
An outpouring of love and support from the family of triathletes has enabled Jim to work through the difficult times and to grow as a person.
This whole experience has made me a much more selfless, loving person. And I mean, I had plenty of that to go around before, but this has really blown that out. And I mean, in that sense, I'm thankful for it. I wouldn't trade it, just like I wouldn't have traded my leg. And I joked about it, but I thought, well, if I got the kind of joy that I received from 8 years after losing my leg, this is going to be a heck of a payoff someday, you know? But I believe that, and I think that's true.
Jim's unshakable faith in the human spirit has given him the strength to do what was once thought impossible. He's recently started to walk.